Off. Hello, folks. There's the microphone. I am back doing some more Forza. As a little update for those who didn't catch the last stream, we're close to halfway through the first of 10 different categories for this. We're going through every single track in Forza Horizon 2 on the Xbox 360, which is way too many of them. It's about 520, I believe, different levels that we have to play through. Last week we got through quite a few of them, and if you forget, green is for a run that I felt really good on. That will be the world record. Or yellow is one that it's technically the world record, but I think it could be better. And red is for the one where I have not beaten the record. As you know, there's very few records on this thing because not a lot of people have played this specific version of the game, and I would like to fill in the category boards for it. So this is probably one we're going to come back to later, but we're not going to today because today we're just still in that whole thing where we're just trying to fill out all of the spots here on the board. So with that, let's get into the game. I have it open on this because I want to bring up that this is what we're aiming for. If we can, these two cars are the best ones in the classic performance category, which is what we're playing in right now. I don't think we're gonna get where we've only made 300,000 credits, which is pretty good. But I think that we really need to get one of these two if we're going to have some really good records, because I think that the car that we're using probably isn't the best for it, but there's just no one's played this before, so I don't really know what the best car for it is. But with that, I think that we want to aim to get this, and then upgrade the whole thing. That might take a little while, so I think after this we might do Cult Classic, because I know for a fact that I have the best car in that one. But we will see. So that's kind of what we're aiming for. We probably won't get to this today, but we might get to it soon. And with that, I think that we just need to get into it. I forget, do we have any more that we need to do here in Montalino? I don't think we've done Largo Valley Street Race, so let's do that. I have put in all of the runs from last week's stream. In total, I think it was 23 tracks, which is really good. So yeah, that's good. None of them have been put in yet. I'm going to talk with the current Forza mods and see. Back in the day, I used to be the only one who really moderated this board, just because no one plays the Xbox 360 version. Although I'm sure Go was here every once in a while and helped out. And I'm pretty sure that they're one of the top mods right now. So I'll talk to them and see what they would like to do for the plan. This is the first time anyone's putting level runs in this game, and I want to say the last one was 2 years ago, so it's been a while. That was a very unfortunate spot for that car to be. I forget, but I'm pretty sure you can cut this if you do it right. And I don't think we're going to go for this cut. It's early on. I thought I might give it a shot. Once we get into, like, once we're done with this whole thing, we're probably going to go back through and see what are the places we can improve. In this one, that's definitely possible. If you have a better angle going into the off-road. That actually was a decent bounce. I think for the most part we can full speed this, which is nice. As I say that, we instantly mess up. You know what? We know exactly what the line that car is going to take is, so I'm just going to follow the line. Seems like the past three is taking the same line to get over there. Yep, there we go. It takes the corner. I think that my biggest problem right now is that there's not a lot of traction on this car, and so some of these turns can be quite difficult. I probably didn't have to brake there. That probably could have just been a release. But at this point, we're just gonna run through it and get the run done. Oh, that is a really unfortunate checkpoint placement. Okay. That's fine. You know what? We're gonna go for the cut again. I think that the air release was really what we needed there, which is good. That might not have actually been faster. Now that I'm looking at it, there might have been a little too much airtime for that. So, oh boy, what's going on here? Lots of things. I'm sure that if you get that down pat, then it's not gonna be slower, but the way that I did it right then probably was. Oh man. I'm just gonna keep it going. I forget. That's one of the heavier wreckage pieces. Is the pulls. They do slow you down, and they can actually mess with your direction sometimes. There we go. That was a very unfortunate spot for for the CPU card crash. Fun fact, there is a glitch that you can do to get into that little fair area on the left. I don't think it has any use for races because there's never a race that goes that way, but it's funny. And the other fun fact is that none of those carnival rides have collisions, so you can just drive right through them. I think that's one of the ones you probably can do with a car like this. A lot of the out-of-bounds tricks you do need a really fast car to do. But this one can do that. Because I think a lot of the fast cars actually overshoot it, which is the very disappointing part. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to give it a yellow because I don't feel as good about it. I think you can perfect that cut, and I think that you can definitely do a little better on some of the turns. But I'm okay with it. Alright, so that was a 236,590. 236,590, and we are going to give that a yellow. Oh.
Wow, top driving there, mate. The crowd were going nuts.
Okay. I hope you're all ready to watch a lot of loading screens. We had a lot of them last time. We're going to have a lot more today. There we go. Oh, we found a speed trap, apparently. Let's see what else we have around here. Hilltop Sprint Reverse? Did we do that one? No, we didn't. So let's do that. I'm pretty sure as well we actually skipped over some of the ones in San Giovanni. So we'll go back and do those. But I think doing a little bit of Castellettos today might be fun, because Castelletto does have a lot of really fun ones. They don't have a lot of off-road, and they don't have a lot of... That's one of the places, it's the first place you go in the game, so it's understandably the most polished. Um, and there's not a lot of glitches you can do around there. There's not a lot of weird, uh, like out of bounds stuff, and I think it's still fun. Unfortunately, a lot of like the level based races, you're not going to find a lot of the out of bounds things. So if you want any out of bounds stuff, I can always cut in the middle of one of these in between races and do a cut, and we'll see. That was a very nice turn. That was a less nice turn. There we go. Okay, we're back, we're back. The bus shelters are a little annoying. There's a lot of them. there's a whole lot of bus shelters in these two towns specifically. If I remember correctly, there's actually not that many in the coastal ones, which is very interesting. I would very much like to know what the public transit network of Forza Horizon 2's French Riviera is, and Italian. Okay, here's a genuine geography question to anyone who is interested in finding out. Uh, is the Italian like border of France also considered the French Riviera? Because it's not French, but it is in that same kind of climate area. Um, Maybe it's the Italian Riviera. I've never heard the term Italian Riviera, but that would be my guess of what it would be called. There is also technically a British Riviera, which is the funniest part down in Cornwall. Which isn't necessarily the same, but they do have palm trees, which is weird. There shouldn't be palm trees in Great Britain, but there are. Okay. Oh, that was an unfortunate bump on the wall. That's okay, though. This one, other than that one bump on the wall, this one felt pretty clean. Well, other than the bump on the wall and the bus shelter. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay putting that as green. I think that there's only a couple things that you can fix there. So, we're good. Okay, genuinely, I didn't actually see what that was. I need to go and clip real quick and take a look. Um... Okay, we had a 226.804, it looks like. And I'll give that a green. I think it deserves a green. So I think that should put us like right next to the regular Hilltop Sprint, which is good. I think it should be right here, right? Yeah. One thing that is quite interesting about this game is that the main borders of the world map that are on all of the edges of it have a full, like, I would assume, infinite invisible wall at the top. And because of that, you can't jump out of it a lot. There's one out of bounds glitch that I've found that gets you outside of the map, but unfortunately, you can't use it to get all the way down to the southern part. It's only for the northern half. So I don't know. Oh no. I'm gonna restart off that. I took that way too close. that was very much just aggressive driving. What? What the heck was that collision? Even though we're not doing any of the things that really will get you a lot of the out of bounds stuff, there is still some silly cheese in this game. Sometimes you just hit a random piece of the ground and it flips the car. But that's why I love it. That's what makes this game so fun. I'm okay with that. That was not weird. Oh, I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with that at all. You can definitely take these two corners fast. It's just not... The second one wasn't even collision. That was just on me. But um, you just have to... You take these fast, and you, I think, want to be able to hit the brake at the end of the second corner, and then go left pretty immediately. But I'm not 100% on that. That's not going to help anything. I'm okay with it, though. The car is still upright this time, so... There might be a way to cut this whole thing if you can get inside the airfield, but I really don't know. You'd have to have a very specific line through it, and those fences around the airfield are quite difficult to get over. That was a very good bounce. That was... I have nothing to say about that. It was a good bounce, then not. This region around Montalino seems to be the one that's been giving me the most trouble. Oh, man. Every single time. Except for the last time. We've had one that the car didn't flip. I know we're not usually like fishing for for really good runs on this challenge, but I want this one. I really want this corner. You have got to be... Oh, no, no. Wow, like the second you get hit by anything, it just completely takes it away. Can you... Ah, well, you can't change the car in here. I always forget that, which is annoying. That is a really nice feature in future games. You can switch the car in the race settings, which is quite nice. In fact, that was even a feature in in the original game too. I don't know why it's not in this one. Okay, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. This turn. I think one thing that I might try here is we did this once before. If we switch the oh wait, that's regular options. If we switch the difficulty down to easy again, actually no, because insane is still going to put them in front of me. If we switch it down to easy, let's give it a shot because they might not go fast enough to get there in time. I don't know. The difficulty doesn't really change the car speeds, it just really changes like what their line decisions are. But there's a chance. Sure. We're gonna keep going with it. I think, unfortunately, you probably do really have to just slow down and take that, like, the correct way. But I don't want to. I really want there to be a way that you can take that fast and just, and, get away with it. Alright, we don't, now that we did that, we don't really have any cars to bounce off of here. So that's gonna be the challenge. Oh, the car's really got to stop bouncing on this. I remember last week we were playing one of the tracks and it was really annoying. I think it was this exact spot. The car just starts bouncing for some reason. Like there it is a little bit. It's not nearly as bad as it was, but it starts bouncing and then you lose all your traction. I think there's just certain spots in this game where they did not really like make the. You are kidding.
Mate, you missed the checkpoint.
Oh no. I can't. I can't have this happen. I'm putting it in insane. We're gonna see what I am just curious. I'm just curious at what's gonna happen. We're gonna do one on this. And if it doesn't work, then that's too bad. It is also probably that you do want a little bit of a flatter car than this is, which is why we really want to aim for that Jaguar, but it's going to take a while for us to be able to get that. Okay. Oh no, that tree. It feels a little better because I don't think on hard they tend to all go at that corner really aggressively and then they all crash. On insane, they're actually like taking the correct line, which is good because it makes it so that they don't crash and you can actually bounce off them a little easier. So I think insane might actually be the difficulty setting for this. Well, it's the difficulty setting. If now it all comes down to can I take the turn. Hey, you know what? I'll take that. I will absolutely take that. We caused a little bit of a crash there, and that's okay. Now we just need to be pretty clean with the rest of this. Don't hit the pole. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm okay with that. That was a great boost. Alright. Don't hit the pole again. Nice. Now I'm playing real safe. Because I do not trust these turns that have that get the weird little traction slip ups. And I feel like now that we got that first part good, I'm just gonna go with it. Oh, you can definitely cut that. On the side, don't hit. Okay, that's good enough. You can definitely cut that over the top, but actually now that I think about it, if you did that, you might not have enough space to turn again. So that might be iffy. Good turn. Alright, we're about to the end. I'm gonna say this is probably gonna be the one I'm happy with, unless I hit a pole at the very end here, which I better not. Okay, now we have a straightaway. We're good. Alright, I'm happy with that. I think that that's pretty good. I'm not gonna say perfect, but it is definitely pretty good. And good enough for me. 22841. There we go. It was actually a little bit faster than the reverse one, which makes sense. But yeah, it still feels nice. I got so worried there, I thought the game crashed. Sometimes it'll crash even just in the loading screens. Which, actually, now that I think of it, if the race is over, then it really doesn't matter if the game crashes. Because you already have the time, but still. I'm not a fan of how much this game crashes. I am playing it, for the record, I am playing it very safe. If I, like, right now, if I were to load into, like, the car menu, then it might just crash on its own. Alright, what else do we have here? So, hold on. I was drinking some water. Now I'm going to put it down. Hill Scramble we did. Vine Valley we did. Hillside Street Race. Yep. North Lake Trail. I think we've gotten both of the North Lake Trail ones. East Trail. I don't think we've done East Trail. Nope. Okay. Well, let's go over here then. We're going to get through all of these spots that have the really weird spots. Thank you. Thank you, Fearless. um, Trust me, they're not. They're. I don't know if I'd call them clean, but they're certainly lines. I love loading. Loading screens are my favorite. Okay. We're gonna keep spamming the A button until it finishes. There we go. Theoretically, you're supposed to just press it like the minute it's there, but this game uses that as a loading screen. I think I went into this a little bit last stream, but this game uses it very much as a loading screen. Hold up. Before we start this one, I'm gonna go get my dog. Be right back. Shout out my dog. Um, okay. We're gonna restart. Luckily this time not because I crashed into something. Okay, we got a little bit of a bounce there. That was nice. They're still on insane, which actually might be... Oh no! Yeah. They're so insane that they still get into crashes on their own. That doesn't happen a lot in the newer games, which is good, I suppose. Oh! Wow, that was actually really good. Okay. I'm fine with that. And we're going to hit a little here, and we're going to bounce off this, which actually didn't really save that much time. But that's okay. Saved a tiny bit of time still, I think. As long as you keep momentum when you go into a corner, then it's fine. In my eyes, it's fine. You can probably cut this over the grass again, but I like the concrete because you get better acceleration. Oh, here we go. That was not clean. That's what we call an unclean line, I would say. Okay. I don't think we can NASCAR on these corners, which is sad. A lot of them are just a little too indented. And also this whole section of the map just... I never trust the collision. Okay. There we go. Good. I think that's fine. I'm happy with that. I think it was decent. We got a 213, 167. I think that's pretty good. Okay. I think, is that the last one, Montalino? There might be one more. So we'll have to take a look. Josh, you don't have to do it. We don't need to start it here. This place is safe. Um I love it. Okay, let's see what else we got. So we did East Trail, Fattoria, which I think is actually technically part of Castelletto. So I think we've moved on. I think we're good. I think we're done with Montalino, unless it says Montalino on the bottom, in which case this is probably the last one on Montalino then. Nope, it's Castelletto. Okay, we're good. So that means we are halfway through the first of 10 runs through this game. So I think we should have 26 done total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 26. So once we're done with this, we're halfway through. Whoa, okay. We bounced a little too hard. I think that it's definitely good to go for bounce ride on that, but maybe not two of them in a row and completely lose traction. I'm actually okay with colliding there because I would have hit the crash of the rest of the cars there if I didn't. So probably not the best for a speedrun, but for me it's fine. Again, we're just playing these to get something down on the leaderboard. Can we go up? We definitely can, but just not at that angle. And I'm actually gonna restart off that because I think it was worth taking a look and seeing what the possibilities are on this track. That would be a lot of airtime, now that I'm thinking about it. But at the same time, it is such a straight line over there. And if you can skip the trees, then it would be great. Not the best bounce I've done. I had to tap brake a little bit there so I didn't hit the pole. But I think we're... Oh, I need to still not hit the pole. Okay. That was not good. I think we're right outside the like festival ground part of the map right now. So this is a reverse part of what's actually on like the final race of the entire game, which I'm probably gonna do at the end of all this. Actually, it might. Okay, you know what? I started talking, and it started going poorly. This car does not deal with dirt in this game well at all. Um, Sometimes in this game, dirt physics are basically just ice physics, which is not fun. But this does give us an opportunity to get a better bounce. We did not get a better bounce. Everyone left me. It was very sad. That was a very, very clean turn. Decent bounce, but it put me a little off of my line. The boost made it better, though. Oh no! So, I brought this up yesterday at one point. Um, the number one worst piece of wreckage in this entire game is the stupid dumpsters. And those like weird, those weird little like round things are also, they also count in the game as dumpsters. Because they will make you so slow if you run into them that you'll genuinely just not have enough speed to even break the thing next to them. That was a much better bounce. Much better bounce. Okay. We're certainly getting a lot of points for this. A lot of skill points, which is nice. I probably didn't have to brake tap there, but that's okay. This is good speed. That was a little bit of an annoying rear hit on the other car there. But we might be able to do bounce strat on this. Not really. It's good enough that I'm going to keep going with it, though, because the rest of the run has been really good. Oh boy, okay. We're making some very good progress. There we go. That actually was a fine bounce. We did have to release a little bit there, but I think I would have had to release on that corner anyways. That, unlike a couple tracks ago, that's not one I'm going to sit here and continually try and go for the perfect run on. Because that's so late into the track. I don't think it's worth it. Okay. I think that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. 207,294. And with that, we are halfway done. Well, if you really want to talk about it, we're 1/20th of the way done. But we're halfway done on this part. which is all really that we're aiming for. If we play this fast, we can probably finish the next 26 tracks in... can we do that in 2 hours and 20 minutes? We can probably get pretty close. I'm just gonna keep going for tracks, because now that we're out of Montalino, I think that a lot of the tracks should be a fair bit easier. Because, like I said, there's not nearly as much weird collision. Montalino has some of the worst collision in the entire game. Alright. Where do we want to go? Well, we're right here, so we might as well do Doro Krilis race, which I can actually just drive to. Do a little off-roading. That's a very funny way to enter a race. Yes. That's personally how I would drive into Taco Bell. I agree. I think Lawrence Lamb is one of my favorite names in this entire game. Every CPU racer has a fake name to go along with them, because that's what they did in the first game, and they just completely brought over the old ones again. What is that bumper doing all the way up there? But a lot of them are quite silly, and they did add a few new ones to this game, which is nice. And Lawrence Lamb is one of them. Lawrence Lamb is quite a fun name. Unfortunately, the names don't really mean anything because they don't have any story attached to them anymore. But that's okay. We can make our own headcanons. Oh boy. I'm actually fine with how that went. It could have been a lot cleaner, but I'm fine with how it went, and we got a boost. Very nice. When I posted this in one of the Discords, I said that we're playing realistic Mario Kart, and that's kind of how I feel about this game. That's absolutely the way I play it. I don't think it's the way that you're supposed to play it, but it's absolutely the way I play it. I will play the newer games like a simulation racer, but this isn't a simulation. This is some chaos, and that's what I love about this game. Can we bounce? That was not a great bounce. What the heck are we doing? I'm gonna have to restart. No, I'm not, actually. Well, now that I paused, I have to. Man. That was just a really unfortunate misplay. Sometimes the bounce giveth, and sometimes the bounce taketh away. Whoa, everyone left. So, if you're curious what the bounce strat is, the bounce strat is quite literally just I'm ramming into the other cars while they're taking a turn because it lets me turn while keeping most of my momentum that I had before the turn. And so it stops you from really having to brake so much, um, and it makes it so you can take it easier. This is one that, oh man, I think that just going off that car is not enough. I might have to do a wider turn here so I can get it. But yeah, so essentially you're just trying to hit the side of the other car while they're taking the turn so that it pushes your car to the side and it saves a lot of your momentum from before the turn. That's the whole goal of it. And I think usually it's pretty good at that goal. That one was not a clean bounce strat. That was not a good example of it, but we're going to keep running with it. Oh, no. Oh, you got a little glimpse of outside of the render distance. You got a glimpse of the void on that little wall side there. I don't really know if there's a way to get inside that mountain, but and when I say inside that mountain, I genuinely do mean inside because those kinds of cliffs in this game have zero collision. That's why they have such big walls next to them. I don't know if you can get into the walls. I think that the invisible barrier goes up a little bit. But if you could, you would fall right through it. There's one spot near the highway in this game where you can see it. What was that car doing? That car just jumped. I also love the buildings here because they don't really load in nearly as much as they should, and so they just kind of look like blocks. Okay, I'm much happier with that turn. Even though we didn't get a bounce strat, I think it was a lot safer, and we didn't completely turn around, which is nice. It's always good not to be facing the opposite direction in a speedrun. There we go. Alright. That's fine. Also, if you are wondering why we're okay with not getting first, it's because we're changing the difficulty on each of the cars so that it's easier to do bounce traps. And so they're currently on the highest difficulty because of one of the earlier races. It was just easier to take turns while having them on the highest difficulty. So we're not looking to win these, we are looking just to set a decent time. The insane level difficulty was not really made to be beat unless you have the completely maxed out best car for it, which we don't. and that's very unfortunate.
Wow,
But
you got yourself a
we're
nice
making
clean
do.
racing bonus in that one. Nice driving, mate.
That's just so sad. Tiny amount of XP before hitting the next level. So now we're actually in Castelletto, which means we're gonna have a lot of these kind of uh sort of like cliffside easy races because there's not nearly as many wild tricks that mess you up. But now that I'm looking at it, actually, I am completely false. There are no tracks that go in there. So I guess our next one would be let's do Dorsia or Dorcia. I am assuming it's pronounced Dorcia. I do not speak Italian. This one is kind of miserable. Because it's tiny and it's a circuit, so we've got 3 laps. Um, and there's a lot of walls. I feel like this car we should put like the stupid Morgan Freeman True meme on the top of it. You can definitely do that. It's gonna take a while, but it's definitely possible. Whoa, that's gonna be a weird turn because that's gonna flip your car if you're not careful. Also, very unfortunate fact that thing on the left that looks like a ramp, that's not a ramp. That's just a wall. Um, you get completely stopped by it, which is very disappointing. I would like it to be a ramp. It would be really funny if it was a ramp, but it is not, and that makes me quite sad. This is one we're actually doing quite well with so far. I don't want to jinx it, but it's going well. Oh wait, okay, no, we're good. Saved it. Okay, I don't think we were gonna get a boost off that. That's okay. I was thinking about the boost and wasn't thinking about taking the turn. Okay, now we're back. We're back into the game. We're back in. No ramp is very sad. Oh no! It's third lap. I'm going for it anyways. We're finishing this. Give me a boost. Thank you. Okay, that's better. That was completely on me. We had the track down pat, and then we hit a tree. Oh man. Big drift. Very unfortunate. We're not going to get first, and we're not going to get the money bonus, but that's okay. Okay, third lap was not good. First two laps were wonderful. I mean, 56 seconds on that is good. Um, but if we look at it, I also finished with 305. I wish I told you the worst lap, because it was definitely 3. So 305, 252 is the end of it. So I'm gonna give that a yellow for the last lap. It felt really good that whole game, and then just very unfortunately it didn't work out. For the sake of argument, I will show you what the ramp does. There's a couple of these in the game, and it makes it really, really annoying. Because it looks like a ramp, and then you either can't go up it at all, or you hit it and you lose like all your speed once you get on top of it, and then it's not even the correct traction. It's not concrete. All right, so here, exploration time. Um, and okay, it's like 2 more turns. There's that stupid tree. All right, here's your ramp. And there's no traction on this one. So as you can see, the car is like sliding a lot more than it would on regular stuff, and so you can't really do the ramp here. You can kind of, but it does cut your speed when you jump off of it. So it's not ever worth it to do this. This is not actually as bad as I remember. There's another one in the game. Oh, yep, nope. That was not me turning. I Let's do this really slowly, and I want to see if you can catch the ramp like moving you off of it. Because you go over here. Oh, we're inside, and oh, we're really glitchy. So that's what we're dealing with. That's why we can't use the ramp. But let's head back into the world map and let's see if we can do another one. There's a lot of really just dumb collision stuff in this game. We'll do Festival Circuit, which I find hilarious because it's nowhere near the festival. The festival is like a mile west of here. Actually, a mile is probably even a stretch. It's not here. This is, I believe, one of the first tracks you unlock. I don't think it's the very first, but it's one of the first. Corner time. Oh, very unfortunate spot for this car to be. Okay, that's fine. They're chill. They'll get better. Okay, the cars are getting quite annoying now. Even on the insane difficulty, we're still catching up with them. We NASCAR'd that a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, the end of it is one of those roads that has that weird bumpy collision again. Okay. That was a quite good turn, if I do say so myself. That was a less good turn, but it was still okay. Okay, there we go. That was a very solid bounce. Uh, no, it wasn't. It wasn't a solid bounce. Never mind. I'm crying. What was that? No, that made me feel much better. If you notice, there was just a random like skid mark in the air for some reason. There's not road there. I don't know why the skid mark was in the air. That was really funny. Did you notice how the race continued for like a half second after I went through the finish line? That doesn't usually happen. All right, 305, 685. I'm gonna give that one a yellow as well because the last lap. The last lap is cursed. All right, so did we never do Circuit Grandiose? Oh, that actually, I think Circuit Grandiose is in Nice, so never mind. I'm looking at what we still have on the board here, and I think we probably can just do some of these. I can just drive to Vigneto Sprint. In fact, that's all I'm gonna do. We're just gonna go over here. There we go. All right, Vigneto Sprint, which I've apparently not done on the save much at all, which is interesting. Oh, my dog is barking. Okay, that seemed like that calmed him down. Sometimes he barks, and then all I have to do... Oh, okay, never mind. Well, today is not one of those days. Give me 1 second. Kip. Hush. Hush. Quiet. Okay, let's restart. Okay, that was a little weird, but it worked. So, I'm okay with it. Oh, man. Hey! Hold it. This happens every once in a while. I have to take a dog moment. Go lay down. Go. Thank you. The dog is laying down on his dog bed and should be fine. We will do this one more time. Every once in a while, you do have to just give the dog the Lego City hey, and it works. Once again, this is just a weird turn when you have all the computers on insane. That was a decent bounce. I'll take that. Okay. Oh boy. Save it. Okay, we're good. Oh man. That mountain in the distance right there is the one that you can find your way into. And there is no collision. Which is always fun. Okay, that was a little bit of a bounce. Or a boost, I mean. There we go. You might be able to cut this by going straight here, but there's so many trees, I don't want to try it on this. Because if you hit a tree, you lose all the speed, and it's just not worth it. Okay. That's fine. I don't really have any major complaints about that one, so we'll give it a green. 201. 201055. I forget, Vignetto Sprint. Okay. And that can have a green. Well, we've got a couple more here. Yeah, let's do club circuit. Why not? This one seems tiny. Oh no. I thought I could cut outside a little bit. Once again, that was just very unfortunate. You know, I'm thinking about it. Maybe after a collision like that, if I hit release, or, well, if I release the drive button, then it might give me better traction, which right there it seemed like gave me a little bit better traction, although I did go out towards that tree. So that was a little scary. But we're through the first little part there, so this should be okay. Oh, that was a very unfortunate spot for that car to go. Now we're restarting that. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, the dog barking kind of messed me up a little bit. Took me completely out of the focus of the game. But that's okay. Oh, there was some weird stuff going on up there. One of those cars was sideways for a second. Got a tiny little boost. Oh, and we're gonna miss that checkpoint.
Missed the checkpoint.
The minute that I saw that I was going on the side there, I just figured it wasn't gonna work. That was a decent bounce. Okay. Something. Whoa! What are we doing? Gonna e-brake a little bit there. Sometimes a really light tap of the e-brake can help, because even though it instantly puts you in a drift, if you do it quick enough, it's not gonna like put you in a full drift. It'll only just give you a little bit of a slide. In Trackmania, there's this tech called a speed slide, where if you go fast enough and you take a turn, you'll be like you'll be having drifting lines, but the lines will be basically parallel with each other with the wheels, um, and it makes you go a lot faster. Um, and that's sometimes what you can almost get with the e-brake in this game. It does feel like it's going quite well. We just need to be careful of this turn. This turn is risky. You might have to, I think that you might have to just start braking even before the finish line to get that turn to work. The right e-brake tap. Ah, that's too much of an e-brake tap. You literally you have to hold it for like 2 frames, which on an old school Xbox 360 controller is actually kind of hard because the button's pretty big and you have to push it in all the way. There we go. I'm okay with this. I say it gets a green. Club circuit, and we got a 227.381. We got a green. I think East Park Trail is probably the next one we have. Unless well, we've done, there's an East Trail and an East Park Trail, and I don't really know why they're different, because they're kind of right next to each other. They're in like the same region of the map, so I don't know why they're both called different things. But, or they're both called such a similar thing, I mean. I do know that East Park Trail especially is a lot more dirt focused, which is not going to be great for this car, but that's okay. We'll just do some ice physics. It'll be fun. It'll be great. Yeah, I'm just gonna drive over there. Let's do some good old straight line missioning. There we go. Alright. This is a track I played a lot when I was a kid. I like this track. This track's fun. I don't know for certain. I know that there's a lot of like weird jump spots. There's not really a ton of like shortcut possibilities, but it is very janky. It is very janky, and that's the best part. Oh, the water went down the wrong pipe. This is your once a stream shout out to stay hydrated, by the way. Go hydrate. There we go. Oh no, that's so unfortunate. Yep, there's the jank. There's a lot of opportunity for your car to flip on this track. Which, you know what? I think that's part of the fun. Don't hit the corner. Okay, we're good. Oh, didn't quite oversteer enough. What the heck was that? Hey, we are still moving forward, so that's good. Oh, that airtime came at the worst spot. I was trying to counter steer. Okay, we're good. We're back on concrete, although I don't really have any uh traction. There we go. Much better. Contrary to one of my favorite games, Mario Kart Wii, it is not great to drift back and forth in this game. Don't hit the tree. Okay, we're good. Yeah, I'm gonna give this one a yellow. This was really, really kind of messy. It was a very messy run. But a 157, 184, I'm okay with it for now. Um, you can definitely cut that a lot easier. So, yellow. Alright. I think that's everything up here. We could do the Horizon finale, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait on that. Let's do Coast to Sprint first. This one's also technically in Castelletto, so I think it counts. This one, I don't want to jinx anything, but this one should be nice and easy, because it's just the coastal roads that are uh, fairly flat. They don't leave a lot of room for interpretation. There are a couple funny spots, though, if I remember correctly. That was a very good bounce, and I feel really bad for whatever that car just went through. Why is everyone just running it? What the heck? Someone didn't code that right. Everyone just runs into that corner on insane mode, I guess. I'm fine with that little bump. This is mostly somewhat of a highway track. I mean, we're gonna have a couple turns like this, but it's not even that risky of a turn. The sunlight is very bright, though. So one thing I'll say. I feel like if you were doing this in real life, you would not set the race to be exactly at sunrise. There we go. Oh, we got the dirt road part. I forgot. There is a concrete part above, but we don't go on that on this track apparently. Oh, don't mess it up. Okay, we're good. We're chill. I forgot where the wall went on that one. But 224.544, I think that's pretty good. Wow. We something's up with the insane difficulty on this track. That didn't really feel like a very insane difficulty to me. Alright, well we got about an hour and a half left. And we've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We still got 19 tracks. I don't think we're going to finish this all today. But we'll still get a decent amount done. I think we can probably head over here to Harbor Sprint because now we're going to be moving into Nice. I'm going to do this instead of doing the finale because I feel like the finale is going to be way better once we have the better car. But we'll see. I don't know if we're even going to have enough to get to the better car today. Oh, we're not even at 500k. I don't know if going through all this is going to really do that. I guess we'll see. I might consider switching over to the Cult Classics section first. Before we even finish up the Classic Performance, because I just don't have the right car for it. I feel like I'm kind of wasting my time. But they're still fun. And it's still putting something on the board, which I think is kind of the necessary part, so... Don't question that. Nothing happened. Oh no! Okay, that's fine. Good bounce. You can definitely cut inside that tree, but that's okay. We got a little bit of a boost there, which was nice. Low-key, the pole actually helped. That one didn't. but it also didn't really mess us up too bad, so I'm okay with it. Not the telephone booth! Oh no, I'm gonna keep going. Telephone booths you can't even break in this game. It's really sad. Like how can you break an entire bus shelter but you can't break a telephone booth? That's my question. Also, telephone booths, as far as I know, they're only in Nice. Alright, you know what? I've thought about it, and I think I've thought about it enough for me. I think we're going to take a break from the classic performance until we have a better car for it. And while we're waiting to get that better car,
Did you know you can pick up more awards and get
oh,
closer
I'm
to your
gonna
next
need to go back
wristband
over here and
by
clip this.
racing with style?
What was our time? 2:14:067. Okay. 2:14:067. Give that a yellow because we hit the telephone box. All right. So the reason that I am so confident. Oh, I just realized. we're gonna we're gonna go on an adventure real quick because we need to get to the actual hub instead of using the pause menu because since the game has been on for so long, the pause menu absolutely will crash the game. If we go into the car settings there. So we're just gonna go over here and hope that this doesn't crash the game either. Garage,
Hey, don't be shy. Come
my
on in.
cars. Okay, we're good. um, we're gonna filter by cult classics, and I'm gonna show you a little bit of why this is so broken. Note how all of these are like D class. A lot of these are all D class. Why is there an S1 class in here? This is one of the barn finds that you get. And for some reason, even if you go into like the buying car settings, this car is so broken in this category. Like this is the next best car and this is even upgraded. How is this possible? How is it possible for this car to be so good in this one? So we're gonna go with it. Um and we're gonna do some stuff. I think honestly, what the heck? Let's just start with the let's just start with the Horizon finale and see what we can do. So Horizon finale is the longest track in the game. It's not Goliath, which makes me really sad. I wish that there was a Goliath in this game, but there's not. Um, but what it does do is it gives you the most money. In the actual game, when you beat this, you get like 10 million credits. Then anytime you play it afterwards, you get like 25 million credits. So we're gonna go. I think with all of the difficulty stuff, we're gonna get somewhere around 40 to 50,000 credits, which is not great, but it's something and it's nice. So that is if we win. There's a lot of straight lines here, but with this car, we're gonna win in the straight lines. So I feel okay. Really, the biggest difficulty here is actually at the very beginning of the dirt section. What? No, don't give me this glitch. Oh no, it's... Okay, so this is what just happened. If we start the race, we're still driving the same car. It just has the stupid Alfa Romeo stuff on it. And we're still driving the same car with the same speed and everything. we're still in classic performance. I don't know. I don't know what this glitch even is. I've never seen anything else like it online. I've tried doing research. I should probably just text the Discord about it, but I don't think anyone else really plays this game anymore. Everyone is way more into the newer Horizons, and so this game is just kind of in the dust, unfortunately. But yeah, I got nothing. Consider this my way of showing you that this glitch exists. And with that, we're gonna quit the race. I want to test stuff out with this now because I think it's gonna put me back in the Alfa Romeo. Maybe you have to restart the game. That's my best guess. I mean, I guess that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna go from here. We're back in this, and if we do this again, it's gonna start us right back out in the other thing. Also, the fun fact about that is that the tire rim for some reason was on the back of the car. Um, so it's really weird. I think what we need to do is we need to go back into like the home menu, and then we need to come back into this game, and hopefully we're still sitting in the Alfa Romeo. And then once we are sitting in the Alfa Romeo, we can actually play the race the way it's supposed to be. But we'll see. We get to watch the intro to this game again. I hope we're all excited. All right, I feel like after we do this, we're gonna clip this at the end, and I'm gonna send it into the Discord to see what the heck is going on. Please be in the Alfa Romeo. Okay, we're gonna enter the race. It says we're driving an Alpha Julia, which is good. That's what we're supposed to be driving. There we go. Yeah, we just fly past all these other cars because even at their maximum like upgrades, they cannot compete with this car. And the other thing is, since it's a barn find, the CPUs can't have it, which is really funny. So they're all stuck with the regular cult classic cars, and for some reason this one is just better. All right, time for ice physics. You can do a really funny trick here, which I think I'm gonna go for. Never mind, I had the wrong spot. We're gonna move on to the next one. You can do a really good shortcut there, but it's the next turn after that. It's not that turn. This is a race I used to feel insanely good with because it's probably the one I've played the most. Um, as you can tell, it's been a while, but that's okay. Oh, we hit one of the CPUs. That's not really what I wanted. Oh, man. Okay. I'm fine with that. Actually, I'm not fine with that because I just realized it's actually the one before it that you can do the shortcut. So we're going to go for the shortcut. One of the funny things about dirt tracks in this is that the off-road, if the off-road is dirt, it's basically the same as a dirt track. So you don't really lose a lot of speed going off on this part of the track. Now, to do this the real correct way, you'd need to hit this twice. And that's going to be a little crazy. But I do want to hit it once, just to prove that it's possible. And what it looks like. There we go. Alright, so you gotta go right in between these two trees. And then you cut around like this. And then you have to hit this again. That was not the cleanest way of doing it. You can definitely do it a lot cleaner. But it is difficult. It is difficult. This one, you can't really do that, but you can if you go out like this a little bit. And now, since we're back on tarmac, you can't do that again. Because now you're getting the most speed. That was a decent explainer for it. You can definitely do it better than that. But it's okay. I genuinely think that if anyone tries this track in the Cult Classic setting, then you need this car. I don't think that there is any other car that could compete with this. Oh, you also need to not hit the poles like that. We're gonna restart it. I'm too much of a perfectionist for this. I'm used to sitting here and like grinding out tracks. Doing every track once is just disappointing. Good old triple pass. I'm gonna cut across like this. Can we NASCAR this? Oh, we can kind of NASCAR it. Okay. It's not the cleanest it could be. We're gonna go through here. We're gonna cut back this way. Hey, that was pretty decent, actually. Now we have to go back over here. Do a couple little brake taps. Come back here. There we go. Little too much of a drift, but other than that, we're good. And now we're gonna just have this for the rest until lap 2. Now the one big thing is don't hit that pole on the corner. This corner is the hardest corner in the entire track. So it definitely makes sense, but oh no, 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 no. Oh, we lost a lot of speed on that. We're taking this corner slow though, which is nice. Okay, that's fine. We'll keep going with it. What in the world? Now I'm confused. I was certain we were clear of that. I think that the collision just extended a little further outside of that like barrel thing. Well, the good thing is we can practice the early shortcut again. Okay, good, good. Between the trees. Oh, not between those trees! Okay. You know, in theory, I should just be finishing out these races so that we can grind money to get the classic performance car, and then that might actually be worth it. I might start doing that. If I mess up again, we're just gonna start grinding the track for money, so that we can play the classic performance a little better. Okay, there we go.
Hold up, mate. You missed
Okay,
the
well,
checkpoint.
this is not the run, but we're gonna play it. Each run of this track is about 7 or 8 minutes, somewhere in there. So it's not awful. There's definitely longer tracks in Forza. Unfortunately, I don't even want to continue off of that. Never mind. Maybe we can go out to the right of this. If we go to the right, aha! Okay. Hey, that was pretty nice. That was good. I always forget about going left here. Okay.
Hold
You're
up, mate.
kidding. Okay,
You
nope,
missed
we're
the
still going.
checkpoint.
We're still gonna keep going through it. Everyone missed the checkpoint. What the heck? Okay, I'm glad it's not only me. Even the slower cars are still missing the checkpoint on this difficulty. For the record, difficulty settings don't change the checkpoint length or anything. But what they do is change the lines that the other cars are going to take. And so apparently the line that they set for this on Insane is way too aggressive for the cars to be taken. And that's why they're getting stuck there. Oh my gosh. Okay. Nope. We're gonna keep going. I can't even turn around. I'm not even allowed to turn around. That's fine. The reset mechanic in this game is really annoying. You can't control it. It just happens sometimes. And sometimes you literally, like, it'll just do it, even if you're not even necessarily out of bounds. If you go out of bounds for a second and you don't get back in bounds fast enough, it'll just reset you. It's like Mario Kart Lakitu. Lakitu doesn't like you taking shortcuts. Lakitu likes to put you back on the regular track. So that's what's happening in this game. This game was developed by Lakitu. Okay, there's another shortcut you can do here, but it is so insanely difficult that I'm not going to do it. You can cut to the right of those trees, but you have to be perfect getting back in because you have to get it on the other side of those barrels. So right of the trees, left of the barrels, and you have to do that at close to full speed, which is tough. This one, however, I would normally do. As you can see, if you don't hit the little bush, you can jump over that, and it does give you airtime. However, you land over here a lot faster because you maintain all your speed in the air, even though you can't accelerate more, which makes it so that you don't have to brake on the turn there. And this section is fun because this section is just drive straight. Best part is if you have it the right way, then you can literally just drive straight. You don't even need to turn, and I think that we have it. We turn a little bit here. Okay. The center does have a little bit of a penalty for speed, so you don't want to hit the center. But what you do want to do is get over here, and then brake early, and then go right around like this, and there you go. That was a little closer than I wanted it to be, but we still hit it. The festival portion of this is really easy. The festival portion is just a straight line, with very, very forgiving turns. I do like taking this at speed, though. And we do that. Oh, we didn't ask her. That's fine. Do that, and then we want to go... I guess we can go out to the right, too. And the right seems to be a little more consistent, so I might start doing that. This is not where I wanted to go. That's fine. We're gonna do this the fun way. We're just gonna drive so far away from the road, and it's still gonna work. Lakitu said no. Lakitu hates fun. This is not a shortcut. You cannot do this. You can go around here, and you can go underneath this thing if you get it right. But it doesn't get you anywhere, and that's the very sad part about it. There we go. It's really sad to me that this is the longest track in the game. I feel like it does not deserve to be the longest track in the game, because in the long run, it's not really that long. I think the fact that this game completely lacks a Goliath, like any other Forza game. Actually, I have no idea if Forza 3 has it. I know Forza 1 does, and I know 4 and 5 do. But the fact that this doesn't makes it really disappointing, because if this is the longest you get, and if you play it well, it's only a little bit. I'm gonna test out the shortcut just to show how difficult it is, because you have to go in between these trees, and then you have to go to the left, and then you somehow have to do that at speed. It is possible. I've done it before, but it is so inconsistent that it's not usually worth it. Now this, on the other hand, is consistent. It is worth it, even if you flip the car. That wasn't a great example of it being consistent, but it is mostly consistent. And you usually don't run into the wall like that. Also, you got a little glimpse. There's some weird collision at the bottom there. Sorry for the flash. I don't know why my camera just decided to have a little fit. You can see the entire rest of the pack is somewhere over there, as you can see on the minimap, which is really funny. There we go. In the end part, brake early, go here. There we go. And now it's the home stretch. Okay. I think if you do this track perfectly with this car, you can beat this with, oh. Well, I guess I have to continue to get the money. I feel like if you do this, then you will get, you can get a sub 7 minute. But it needs to be really clean, and you need to use the shortcuts. It's going to be very challenging to get a sub 7 minute. I don't think that's what we're going to aim for today. I think today we should aim for a sub 740. I think that's what we want. We want a sub 740. Alright, so we have the strategy to start. Get into 4th place. Let the tiny car go forward and take the turn. Don't hit the tiny car. um, and then get in front. Oh, we hit the tiny car. That's fine. It's not that big of a time loss. It's just annoying. There we go. Okay. Because it sets you up for a worse entrance to that turn. We can take this to the right. That was a decent bounce, actually. I'm okay with that. We just need to turn here. And then we need to go across the dirt. A little to the left. And back to the right. And we hit the barrel, but that's okay. The insane difficulty cars are going to all crash, because that's just what they do, apparently. And then this part is simple. Cut around. Don't hit the pole. We're good. This part is also simple. We have to take the part that's like in San Giovanni Slope. Oh no! I'm okay with that. Okay. Well, this is not the full the finish run, but that's okay. We'll still get the practice in. We bumped the 3 lane. That's unfortunate. Oh, don't flip. Okay, we're good. The wall helped. We've completely lost traction in this portion. That's okay. Let's see if we can shave a couple seconds off by taking the shortcut. Nope. That's how difficult it is. I think you do have to go into the left part there. I gave you the wrong line the first time. You do have to go into the left part. It's really tight, but you can get around it and then hold left at the very end. This one has just not been working for me today. I think you do have to go to the left of the bush. I've been going to the right because it seems like it's easier, but by the same token, it doesn't really get you all the way there. Because there's a little more of an angle to it. Although I will say, if lap 2 is good, we still might have a sub 740 on our hands. That was a little later than I should have started braking there. Oh, that's really unfortunate. I didn't take that turn carefully at all, I'm not gonna lie. But, the issue with it is that we did also hit the pole, which definitely lost a little bit of time. I think sub 740 might actually be out of the question, but we'll see. We'll see. Who knows? We could have a really clean rest of the race, and if that's the case, then that'll be good. I feel like we're on like 745 to 750 pace at the moment. Whoa. Okay. Yep. We're losing traction, but that's okay. We made the turn. Oh. Luckily the trash bins don't actually impact your speed much, which is nice. Oh. If we're going slowly, we can take this. Right? No, not even slowly. The biggest issue with that shortcut is that the ground underneath some of those trees is not even at all. There's a lot of weird polygons that they just left over there. Which makes them very funny. I'm just hitting that at an
Hold
angle.
up,
I think
mate.
that that's
You
the
missed
biggest
the
thing.
checkpoint.
I'm not even past the checkpoint. Okay. Lakitu said no. So yeah, I think our sub 740 is out of the question, but that's okay. Um, this part, the rest of this is fairly easy. We just kind of go straight. I don't even know what the scam in the chat just said. I can't even like understand what it's trying to say. So I think that scam needs to work on what it's trying to put out there. um, I would recommend not clicking that link, which isn't even a working link. So, okay. I mean, it's a little bit on the last one. We just need to go for one that's clean.
Ha! Can you hear that crowd? They were loving your driving in that race.
How did we get so much oh, that's experience, my bad. I can't read. I thought we only got 28,000 credits compared to the 45,000 we got last time. I'll keep going with this. I think this is kind of a little bit of a swap of what the original point of the stream was, but I think we do need to do a little grinding. So I'm okay with this, but I think I'll probably give it 2 or 3 more runs. And I'll probably end stream around 3:30-ish. That's my plan. I usually tend to keep it up until 4 if people are interested, but if not, that is okay too. We had a little bump, but that's not going to do anything. That's fine. Let's stay left of the Mini. I think staying left is actually safest. Never mind. The Mini always turns a little bit in, doesn't it? Okay, we're going to restart that. Oh, there we go. Um, that was literally the car stuck. Don't turn left. We're good. Bit of a drift. That's probably a little slower than if you did it perfectly, but I'm okay with that. Okay, now we go left. And we cut right. And now we're over here. Don't hit the wall. Nice. That felt very good. There's really 4 difficult parts to this. It's that part, it's this part coming up when you're going into San Giovanni. And then it's those 2 things again. Because it is a 2-lap race. The part that's sort of like the dirt trails outside San Giovanni to the east, those are also fairly difficult, but that's if you're going for the shortcuts, which, to be honest, if we're on a clean run, I'm not going to do the shortcuts. Don't hit the side. Okay. We're safe. I was a little worried about hitting the checkpoint on that one. I don't have great traction right now. That's fine. Okay, we're back. We're good. Brake tap. Good brake tap. Not going for shortcut. No shortcut this time. We're going to go around this way. Don't hit the dumpsters. They're bad. They're evil. I'm not going to go for the jump shortcut either, because it should, in theory, be consistent. It's not being consistent today. And now, since we're on a clean run, I'm just gonna do this. Oh, don't flip the car. Okay, we're good. Nice, nice. Okay. I think this has been pretty clean so far. That's everything in lap 1. Pretty much done. There's one more big turn, and that big turn is fairly easy. So, I feel good about that. I think we're gonna be on a good time for lap 2. We're only hitting 3 minutes now, and we're already past halfway through the highway portion, so that's nice. Hit the brakes at this tree. And then we cut in here. There we go. Nice and simple, nice and safe. Okay. Yeah, sub 7 minutes will definitely be difficult, but I genuinely think if you have perfect lines, then sub 7 is in the cards. I do not have perfect lines, but I have, I think, pretty good lines. So hopefully we'll hit the sub 740, which is what we're aiming for. There we go. Back around up here. To the left. And, oh, don't hit. Okay, we're good. I had to be very careful there. I probably lost about a second with that break, but it was better than losing like 10 seconds to hitting the wall and having to reorient. Losing a little bit of concrete there, not great, but that's okay. Oh boy, okay. That was dangerous, and that was definitely time lost, but we salvaged it. Don't hit the corner, nice. We can drift a little here, that's fine. Inside the second one. Oh, we hit the corner, that's fine. Not too big of a loss. Okay. Don't hit the dumpsters. Nice. Oh, unfortunate. $6:15. We've got a minute 20 left. I think we can do it. I think we can do it. And break. Break again. Take the drift. Okay. Oh, don't hit! Oh, no. Okay. 35 seconds. $15 seconds? I think we can do it in 15. Yeah, we're good. Oh, sub 7:30 even. Okay. I'm happy with this time for now. 7:28.682 is pretty good. I think best lap being 3:41 is nice. Um, I'm happy to give this one the go ahead. So 7:28.682. That's good. Now let's make sure we get the money for it. Good, good. Ooh, let me do something funny. We're gonna do something a little weird because now I really want to like capture this glitch in progress. Um, we're gonna swap to a car that has a really crazy livery, and we're gonna see if that livery gets put on the Alpha Julia. When I start this race again. Okay, so I'm gonna go back in here. and we're gonna do this really fast.
Hey there.
That's not fast. Oh, I started the paint shop. I started the stupid paint shop. That's not what I want. It's okay. As long as we get to see the cars, I think that'll be pretty good. Where's a car that has a crazy livery on it? Probably the Firewatch Hummer. Oh, there we go. Actually, you know what? We're doing Pong. This car has a Pong livery, which is quite fun. But I want to see if this gets put on the wrong car. I would like to leave the garage. I'm worried that since we changed into the different loading zone, the paint shop, that it's going to not work again. Which would be kind of sad, but at the same time, then we know how to fix it without having to restart the whole game. But, by the same token, I don't know, maybe it will work. So let's take a look. There we go. Oh, it says Plymouth Cuda. I think that, yeah, I definitely think going into the paint shop actually messed everything up, but we'll see. If only the loading screens weren't so bad. Oh, it did it! Look at that! What are we doing? So, what I'm seeing is that this is a way to get a glitchy livery on any car you want. You just have to set it up first. Yeah, and then you can just have this, and I'm pretty sure if I just go into photo mode, we can take a long look at it. What is going on? Welcome to Pong. It's on the wrong car, but it's here. All right, we're gonna clip this. How long is the stupid loading screen? Oh my god, it's so long. There we go. Let's take a look. There we go. Oh, it says Plymouth Cuda. I don't know, maybe it will work. So let's take a look. Okay, so we've got the loading screen is like 30 seconds long. I never even realized how long it was. It did it! Look at that! What are we doing? So, what I'm seeing is that this is a way to get a glitchy livery on any car you want. You just have to set it up first. Yeah. I don't know, maybe it will work. Yeah, and then... I don't know, maybe it will work. You just have to set it up first. I don't know, maybe it will work. So let's take a look. Okay, we have a clip. There we go. Oh, it says good. I don't know, maybe it will work. So let's take a look. There we go. Can quit the race. Oh, it says Plymouth Cuda. I think that... You know what? In these last 10 minutes, I'm just gonna go find a glitch. We're gonna do some quick glitch hunting. Why not? I always enjoy the glitch hunting aspect of this game. Although to do that, I probably will need to get a better car for that. Which usually turns out that the better car is the Lamborghini Veneno. That is a very
Hey, how's
stupidly
things?
glitchy car because the hitbox of it is just not right. There it is. The other funny part about this car is that it has a perfect 10 launch, which means it just gets to be extra broken. You know what? I need to take my anger out on Montalino. We're gonna go to the Grand Sprint reverse. Oh, alright, we're good. So one of the funny things that you can do in Montalino is you may notice that Montalino, its entire like town is actually completely blocked to you as a player. You can't go into the town. You can only just be like around it, and you can be in kind of not suburbs, but I guess that's the best way I can describe it. Kind of like the suburb area of uh this town. So we've got this big castle thing here, and you may notice that there's there's a great big hill here. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna climb the hill. And for some reason, this usually works. I don't think we have enough speed. Yeah, not enough speed, not enough speed. Let's go back. You do have to go right in between these two trees, if I remember correctly. So, here's the plan. Go back to the road. Aim, and we're gonna go. Not quite. So I was talking to my friend Josh the other day, who was in chat earlier, and I was telling him about how completely broken this game is. And so the reason I'm doing this is I want to take a screenshot of this and send it to him to prove how absolutely destroyed this game is. Um, and unfortunately, it's been a long time since I've done this exploit, so I'm having a little trouble remembering what the exact line is and how to keep the car stable for it more so. I've done it with one of the Nissan cars too, which is actually easier to handle, so I might switch to that at some point, but we'll see. You need to not hit that thing. For some reason, that like weird little trough thing has a much larger invisible. Don't fall over, please. Oh, there we go. This feels good. Oh, maybe it's a little more to the right. Maybe you have to go right of those two trees. Oh, what am I doing up here? I love the stupid road to nowhere. There is just a random road that just goes up here, and that's it. Alright. Back down the mountain. Yeah, we're gonna try going a little to the right. Oh, we had it. It was almost there. Okay. Concrete. Good. Hmm. Maybe we do have to be trying it with... Oh, I'm gonna crash the game if I do that. There's no need to do that because we are right next to a festival hub. So, we're gonna do that instead. There we go.
Dude, come on in.
Okay. I made most of these liveries years ago, so this one's just shapes and beats, which is still a really good game, and you should play it. I stand by that. But um, I could probably do it a little better at some point. This was clearly after the Just Shovels and Knights expansion came out because we have the little dude from that on the left. Okay, this car feels like it might have a better shot at going. I'm gonna actually bring it down here. Yeah, we're gonna go like right here. And we're gonna give it a lot of speed. You know what actually I'm gonna do? We're gonna make this so much easier. Should be in difficulty, I think. We're gonna turn rewind on. Nice. Okay, this might actually not be a very good way to do it, but that's okay. Okay. Oh, we're very close. Oh, maybe if we go a little bit more to the right, we would completely avoid that wall that I think we're hitting. If you're curious, I used to do this all the time in this game. I would just sit here with the rewind function on and just try and find glitches because there's so many. Yeah, I think this is definitely it. We want to release a little and then we want to go up like, not quite. We need to not hit the wall. We also need to not roll the car. Rolling the car usually is not conducive to it going where you want it to go. Nope. Going left. Going right. Okay, we got over that wall. So we did something. um, but it still wasn't exactly where we want to be. I'm realizing that if I can't do the glitches I used to do all the time, then there's definitely something to be said about me being super rusty at this game. Which I think is true, but that just means that I have to play it more, get back into the swing of things. Don't mind that. We'll mind that though. Oh, I feel good about that. I feel like we're pretty close. Okay. So if we just go with this, and then we go a little, maybe left, maybe left. is where we want to go. Alright. I know it is 3:30 and I did say I'd stop stream, but now I want to do this. Oh, we're so close. I feel like we're right there. Nope, that hit a tree. Okay. Hold right. And that flipped us around somehow. Okay. Hold right and then stop holding right. Okay. Go completely straight. We hit that again. Left, then right. Nope. Yeah, I feel like I'm a little stumped on this. Maybe we hold right here. No, holding right there is not going to do anything. Okay, we keep going straight. And then we... Oh, it's after that tree we have to start holding right. Okay. Go straight. And then there's two of them. This is good intel. This is very good intel. So we go left. Now, yes, I feel like this is it. Left and then right. Oh, and we're very close. We hold full right here, we hit that tree. Okay. Here's my next idea. We go all the way back here, and we cut out a little sooner, and we go down like this, and then we go back up. That flipped us. No. Oh, this does seem promising, though, because this looks like there's a big ramp over there. Okay, here's the new plan, because I don't think this is going to get us anywhere. I think we need to use this ramp over here. Don't mind that tree. If you can't tell, it's very hard to keep traction when your car is sideways. So I think this is the ramp we really want to use. Now, if we want to use this ramp, I think we need to go back this way. Oh, let's go down here. This feels kind of familiar. This feels right. So we go back here, and I think we want to go right over to this thing. And now we head back up. Now, if we get this right, then the car flies for a second. Not there. It doesn't fly there. The car flies for a second, then you land inside the collision of the town. Well, this might not be the right spot to do it because of that big bump here. So maybe we want to go back here until it slows down a bit. Okay, and now we go around like this. There we go. Not quite, but I think this feels better. This feels a little better. Well, I hate to say it, I think I've lost it. So I suppose with that, unfortunately, I think that might be the place where we should end stream. Let's do, you know what, before we end stream, let's do one more. Let's do one more. What was the other one I brought up? You can get into the carnival that's like here in San Giovanni, and I think you have to do it from down here where those two credit signs are. So can I fast travel right here? Yeah. Here's the plan. We're going to fast travel very close to this, and then we're going to see. Well, it's clearly not right here because you can't actually get out there. Now this is one, if I remember correctly, you can overshoot, so you want to be careful. Dumpster. I can hit the dumpsters now, we're not in a race. So I think we just start going here. Oh, there's a weird bumpy spot there. Now I'm just having fun with the collision. I feel like this is how we should end all of these streams, is just go find a glitch. There's so many in this game. You can do it. There it is. Don't fly out. Nice. And here we are. The glitchiest carnival you've ever seen. Let me just see where the best place for the car to be is. So this has no collision, as you can see. This is one of those corners that they really cut. Parts of this tent. No, it's this tent. This tent is funny. Alright, now we go into photo mode. Actually, let's try and, like, clip the car into the tent. The car disappeared there for a second.
Hey there, stranger.
That was the wrong button. I'm glad it didn't crash. If you open any car menu, sometimes it just will crash. Alright. There you go. There's your proof of how broken this game is. And with that, I think that's the end of stream. Thank you all for coming, for sticking around and watching. This has been a little silly at the end. We didn't really stick to it as much as we did last time, but that's okay. We will continue the challenge next week, probably on Wednesday again. And yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next week. Bye bye.